Sean P. Diddy Combs. He's in the news. It's always difficult to do a facial diagnosis on someone that's done something untoward. In this case, this guy owns the owns the dealership on untoward. So it's hard not to see the negatives. It's hard to be intellectually honest, but I'm going to just do a facial diagnosis on him. And let's try to understand who he is and why he did some of the things he did. So P. Diddy is a bucket face. There's 9 face shapes. It's shaped like a bucket. I have a bucket head. So these people tend to be pretty bright, very curious, intellectually persistent, thought leader, but we tend to overthink. I always say we can think of creative problems for every solution on Earth. But you can't look at this picture and not notice the eyes. So I'm going to go through a number of things here that'll help you understand exactly who he is. So if you'll notice his eyes, the whites, there should be white on the right and the left, but not on the top or the bottom. In his case, he's got white 3 sides. It's known as lower simpaku. It's actually a Japanese term, means white 3 sides. This is a sign of fanaticism and addictions. So he's fanatical and he's prone to addictions. Look, I couldn't whistle a tune that this guy's saying. I'm not a fan of rap, and I'm not a fan of opera. Look, I offended a whole group of people, 2 different areas, but I don't listen to him, and I couldn't, as I said, I couldn't whistle a tune. But his eyes tell me that I'm not fond of him. Now, let's take this a little deeper. When we look at a face, the right eye is what we want to show to the world. It's our public persona, it's our mother's influence. The left side is our true inner private self. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to cover this guy's left eye, and when we look at his right eye only, this is intense and it's anger. But the disturbing is when you look at the other side. There's hate, there's disdain, there's just an uncaring energy. I believe this guy could push you down the stairs just with the same emotion that if he gave you a hand to lift you up when you fell. It's an uncomfortable look. And I get it. We all have an opinion on this guy, and we've already tried him and convicted him. And but I'm just telling you what I see on his face. If I didn't know who he was, I would give you the same diagnosis. His eyebrows are kind of peaked. So this guy is a person that likes action and attention. This is common to that kind of energy. His nose tip, he's got a very gourmand nose. So he likes the finer things in life. He will be very addicted to the finer things in life and those things that can get you there. His ears are different heights. So this often indicates either a difficult or severed relationship with parents. My guess is his parents were either divorced or one of them wasn't there, him growing up. I don't know him. I don't know anything about him in that regard. But here's the interesting thing. Sometimes the diagnostic indicator is what should be there and isn't. And this is, for me, the single most disturbing thing on this man's face. If you notice my lines that come from here down, they're incredibly deep. They look like somebody chiseled them in there. These are called falling lines. Falling means purpose and spiritual strength. By the time you're 30, you should have some. I know I'm on this earth. I know what my Creator put me on this earth to do. I am passionate about it. I have deep, deep spiritual strength. These come from wanting to help mankind. This guy has no helping mankind in any cell of his body. It is a disturbing marker. And again, sometimes it's what should be there and isn't, becomes a diagnostic indicator. And again, not a fan of doing this kind of diagnosis. Health-wise, he's got some liver issue. The emotional liver is anger. If you look at his eyebrows, they're very thick. Eyebrows are about passion, pride, temperament. What's the root of temperament? Well, it's temper. This guy's got a temper that will be at the forefront. This guy he's just got deep-seated anger issues that go back way before he was famous. Very strong constitution, can push his body way past its physical limits. I'm sure he put things into his body that to the normal person would take him out. Not him with his strong constitution. Pretty significant lung weakness. So again, sad to do these faces, but it's also probably important because if we see this in other people, we can speak into their lives and maybe turn them away from making the decisions this guy made. If you enjoyed these videos and want to learn more, simply go to WTFWhyTheFace.com. You can get your face read, you can buy our book, you can get our masterclass, lots of interesting stuff. Hope you enjoy it all.